And should I set up my screen share right now just so we're ready to go?
Yeah.
Or you're going to be...
I'm going to be sharing my screen.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. Not a problem.
Stumble through your days, got your head hung low. The sky's a shade of gray, like a zombie in a maze. You're asleep inside, but you can't shake awake. Cause you're just a dead man walking, thinking that you're on the option. But you can flip the switch and brighten up your darkest day. Sun is up and the colors blinding. Take the world and redefine it. Leave behind your narrow mind. You'll never be the same. Come alive, come alive. Go and light your light. Let it burn so bright. Reaching up to the sky. And it's open wide. You're electrified. And the world becomes a fantasy. More than you could ever be. Cause you're dreaming with your eyes. You stumble through your days, got your head hung low. The sky's a shade of gray, like a zombie in a maze. You're asleep inside, but you can't shake awake. Cause you're just a dead man walking, thinking that you're on the option. But you can flip the switch and brighten up your darkest day. Sun is up and the colors blinding. Take the world and redefine it. Leave behind your narrow mind. You'll never be the same. Come alive, come alive. Go and light your light. Let it burn so bright. Reaching up to the sky. And it's open wide. You're electrified. And the world becomes a fantasy. More than you could ever be. Cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back against the world that you were living in. Cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive, I see it in your eyes. You believe that lie, that you need to hide your face. Step outside, so you lock the door, but don't you stay away. No one living in those shadows. You and me, we know how that goes. Cause once you see it all, you'll never try. But love to keep on shining. You can prove there's more to you. You cannot be afraid. Come alive, come alive. Go and light your light. Let it burn so bright. Reaching up to the sky. And it's open wide. You're electrified. And the world becomes a fantasy. More than you could ever be. Cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back against the world that you were living in. Cause you're dreaming with your eyes open. So come alive, come on, come on. We're living in the shadows.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Get Hired Live. We are so fired up to be with you today, and we're excited to be joined first up by Weave. We've got an exciting day planned for you with Fivetran, Imagine Learning, and Open Invest coming to chat to you a little bit later. But for right now, we're going to be chatting to Mike Shepard, who is a recruiter at Weave and knows the ins and outs. He's been there for a while and They're growing like crazy. And so he's excited to share with you some of those open opportunities, what the company is like, what the culture is like, and go from there. So if you're just joining, go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Tell us what roles you're most interested in, and that'll give Mike a good rudder to steer him where to go. Otherwise, we'll hand the time over to Mike to introduce himself and tell us a little bit more about Weave.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Super excited to be here today. Like Luke was saying, I'm Mike. I am a recruiter at Weave. I specialize with in sales. I work a lot with our sales team, but have since kind of moved into more as well as an operation role on the recruiting team. So I know all the ins and outs of recruiting. I've been there for a while. Know all the roles that we're hiring for, know all the recruiters, so I can definitely put you in front of the right people. But yeah, really excited to introduce Weave today and talk about all this. So let me go ahead and get my screen share up. Oh, Luke, it's telling me that the screen sharing is disabled. Can you open that up for me?
You're good to go now. Sorry.
Okay, perfect. No, not a problem. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness, where's present? There we go. It always happens when you're in front of a bunch of people. You forget everything, you know? So like a second. There we go. So like Luke was saying, I'm at Weave. We are a tech company out in Lehi, Utah. We're really excited to be presenting today. Tell you a little bit about the products and where our trajectory is going, and then the positions we're hiring for. Move on. Okay, so Weave, our mission. Sorry, getting a lot of things going on. Weave's mission is to bring local businesses and the people they serve closer together. We do this by modernizing the way businesses interact with their customers, unifying their data and channels of communication onto one smart platform. So we do this in a number of different ways. Weave has a couple of different, kind of a unique offering where we have both the hardware of VoIP phones and the software that goes along with those phones. So it's a full customer communication platform. This includes obviously like the phones, voice communication, calling with your customers. They can call in. When customers do call in, it immediately pulls up all their information before you even pick up the phone. So you know if they have appointments that need to be scheduled, if they have late payments, or if they have appointments they need to be reminded of, or different things. We will immediately pull that up on the platform before you even answer the phone, which is nice. That also includes things like text messaging, emails. It's very easy to communicate with your customers. We've found just even during 2020, during the pandemic, our customers needed these kind of capabilities even more, which has given us the opportunity to continue to grow more than we even expected. We had a few record months during the summer. And so our customers really appreciate the products we're bringing and the new features that we're bringing out continually. So on top of that kind of communication, we also have a number of insights and analytics that will come with all this customer data and communication. We've brought in Weave Payments as well as a new feature, things like text to pay. So that's another way that we're helping communicate. It is all, you can access the entire platform through an app. So if you are working, the majority of our clients right now are small businesses, things like dental offices, optometry offices. But if you're a doctor and had some reason you needed to close down the office or needed to communicate that to your customers, that can all be done through Weave's app, which is really nice. You can set up your messaging systems. You can send out mass emails, different things they needed to do. And then you also have, as one of our clients, complete access to our teams. our support reps, if you're onboarding our onboarding reps, and as well as Weave marketing. So it's a lot to go into the products that we have. We're super excited about continuing to expand on those, but anything that we can do to help increase and better the communication between small businesses and their clients, we're looking to do. So that's a little bit about the product. Our current markets. Right now, we started in the dental field, and that's right now our biggest teams. We actually have a couple of different teams focused solely on dental. We moved from there into optometry, so that's our next largest team. It was a very simple move into a different vertical, which is very similar. Recent new markets have included the auto industry, veterinary, chiropractic, health and wellness centers. So we have, while we've been a lot in like the small business medical space, we have a lot of capabilities to move into other industries, and we're really excited about that. To give you an idea, our current market share of where we are projecting our potential market share can go, we've only penetrated much less than 1% of the markets available for our product. And we're also continuing to expand and build out our product. So this will only continue to grow the potential for future markets as we build that out. Some media recognition. So this year was, again, a very great year for Weave. Some of our significant awards include Fortune 100 Best Companies, Forbes Cloud 100, Inc. 5000 Fastest Growing Companies. So some really great stuff. We've also been pegged as the next unicorn in Utah. So getting $1 billion valuation this year. It's been a really great year. We're really excited about all this and excited for 2021 and future years to see how we keep growing. So we had a big hiring push for the end of the year. So for the next couple of weeks, we've slowed down hiring, but starting in January, we have a lot of open new headcount. So we're starting to ramp up for January hiring. A few of the teams that are going to be hiring are onboarding, customer support, sales operations, marketing, business development, product development, training, the people team, and more that I'm sure I'm forgetting other departments on here that we have hiring. It's really across the board. We are going to be bringing on a lot of people. The majority of these roles are going to be while we are still remote in Utah, but a lot of them will have to be in Utah for when we aren't remote going forward. But we are exploring more opportunities for remote opportunities, but for now, a lot of them will be based in Utah. And again, specifically, I'm over sales, so I can definitely answer a lot of those questions, but more questions coming in, I will do my best to respond for the other departments and other roles that we're looking at. Some perks to working at Weave. Other than working for an incredible company with an incredible product, we have unlimited PTO, 401k match, best baby benefits in Utah. Those, I love to go into those. We get a lot of with things like if you have a child while you're working at Weave, you get free diapers for a year, a bunch of different gift cards for that. If you are a mother that is pregnant while you are working at Weave, we've got reserved parking spots right at the front of the building. A lot of different things for that. We have an on-site salon with free haircuts. So that's really great. Or, if you're not getting a haircut, you can go in and get a scalp massage or, other great things, just really fun benefits there. We have a state-of-the-art gym in the building, yoga studio. Granted, with COVID, when we open the building up again, we'll see. We might have those social distanced, but still up in the air pending, but still great perks there. We have a number of company events and parties. We had our holiday party last night, which was super exciting. It was at Thanksgiving Points Luminaria. If you're in Utah and familiar with that, it was really cool. We've had a number of other events even in the last few months, socially distanced, safe events, but we really like to make sure that everyone is getting the opportunity to socialize outside of work and have those fun opportunities with their coworkers. And then all the snacks and drinks you can imagine when we're in the building, really great stuff. Zen den with like massage chairs, quiet place to work, a gaming room, tons of swag, anniversary gifts. I mean, these are really great gifts. Like we're talking like Allbirds shoes, Patagonia jackets, snowboard skis, iPads, for the more you put into Weave and the longer you're there, the more we appreciate you putting all that into the company and helping us build. And I think one of the best perks, at least for me, I'm really excited about this perk, is we're getting a new building. So we have a new building that will be finished in January. Again, COVID pending, the pandemic pending, we'll see when we're back in that building. Currently, we are all remote, but it will be done beginning of Q1, and it will probably be back in it. I mean, we'll see. I'm not going to give any dates, but we're really excited about it. It's going to be, again, state-of-the-art building, state-of-the-art everything. It's brand new, and we won't be sharing it with anyone else. So it will be fully Weave. So we're really excited about that, and can't wait to get moving in that direction. But yeah, that is everything from me. So anyone have questions or anything?
This is awesome, Mike, and love it. It doesn't look like you've taken advantage of the free haircuts, though.
Well, I mean, I've been out of the office since March, and I don't have the ability to get haircuts anymore. It's just kind of grown.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, when I get back in, maybe we'll have to do a whole video of me cutting my hair with the free haircut. We'll do it. That'll be a promo video for Weave.
That's like commitment. That's like commitment to the company. Is like, I'm not cutting my hair unless it's free.
Yeah, no way. Do take advantage of the scalp massages though when those are back. Those are great.
I might just join Weave just for the scalp massages.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's real great.
That's cool, man. Well, hey, I just want to, before we jump into the chat, if anyone has questions, feel free to throw them in the chat, and we'll get to them in a minute. I just want to acknowledge everyone here. Yusuf, it's great to have you here, coming in from Florida. David, what's up? It's good to have you here. We got Vanya. Vanya is in Bulgaria right now, but looking to come back to Utah. This is awesome. And then Abdul, good to have you here. Cynthia, always. Oh,
I stopped sharing. So
you stopped sharing. I was like, did we go off live for a second?
I can share again if we need to.
No, we are all good. Yeah, so it's just great to see everyone tuning in, and given the fact that Weave is hiring across the board, it looks like folks are looking for some different roles here. So excited to hear their questions and get into all of that. Before we do get into those questions, and while folks are asking, tell us a little bit about your journey to Weave. How did you land a job there? How long have you been there? What do you like most about it?
Yeah, so I have been here, let's see, since I think it was November of last year. So a little over a year. I've been in recruiting for a while before that, a little over 3 years, and was actually at a really great company, kind of similar trajectory to Weave, similar size, similar in a lot of ways, startup. And Weave reached out. I mean, I had some connections at Weave, and I'd heard about them and heard all the cool things, or seen all the things they posted on social media. I was like, oh, it's a cool company, but I was in a good spot. So I had a lot of conversations with them. It took me, I mean, probably a few months, like from starting conversations to move over. I mean, that was nothing against Weave. The only reason I kept talking was because I'd heard so many great things about them, but I wasn't planning on going over. But in the end, I mean, I had multiple conversations, and to me, the biggest thing that kind of brought me over was that I had multiple conversations with like leadership in the company. Like I had one of my first interviews, I sat down with one of the founders of the company, which, I mean, still being last year a 600 person company, like blew my mind that that they were willing to take the time and do that. And so, I mean, that showed a lot to me, and it showed a lot. If you're in Utah and you've seen some of the billboards, people, not employees, that is 100% Weave's mantra. And they definitely believe that. And that comes straight from leadership. Like, they want to know everyone in the company. They want to make sure that you feel very valued. They want to make sure that you feel appreciated for the work and different things you're bringing in. And they want to make sure that they're bringing in the right people. So they really want to get to know everyone. So that was big for me. And then the more I learned about it, the more I learned about the product, the more I learned about the opportunities. While we're at about 700 people now, it's a fairly large company. There is a ton of growth still happening. So having those opportunities mixed with just feeling very valued, I decided to jump and come over, and I haven't looked back. Honestly, like I've loved being at Weave through and through. I hope to be there for a very long time. We'll see. But yeah, I would love to continue to grow with this company and see what else, like where else Weave goes, because they're like the sky's the limit right now. There's just so much opportunity.
That's
So
super cool.
yeah.
So you talk about like having the founders like really involved. Like what does that look like? Do they? I mean, do you guys have all hands meetings? Like how are they involved in kind of the day to day?
Yeah, so we do. We have at least once a month, kind of an all hands meeting, and we get to hear from like all of our leadership. They're all on those calls. They're all presenting different things, and then we have opportunities for Q&A from the entire company. And there's no, I mean, there's no silly questions. Like anything that is a concern for employees can be brought forth and needs to be talked about and addressed. And it's been super exciting, and I've really appreciated those opportunities. I worked very closely, I mean, on the people team, like with our chief people officer, which has been incredible too. Like the last company I was at, like I remember I sat fairly close to the chief people officer, and it was, again, he's an incredibly busy man, but we didn't get, I think I had like one-on-one with him the entire time I was there. Whereas here it's like I talk daily with her in leadership. And so like our leaders are very accessible. They want that feedback. They want to be able to know how people are feeling and get their perspective on how we can steer the company. That's why Weave has been so successful. I know, I mean, it sounds kind of cliche to be like it's a family type of environment, but it is. I mean, even with a 700 person like company, it's crazy how close it can be and how much they are willing to learn and understand from the people that are working with them, and very open and receptive to that kind of feedback. So yeah, cool. Love that.
Cynthia says, I saw the hashtag work at Weave and the Christmas activity looked amazing. Super interested in the onboarder role. And maybe for Cynthia, can you talk a little bit more about that onboarder role? What does that look like, and how does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. And absolutely great question. I work with our onboarding team, so I'm the right person to ask for that. So onboarding is going to be on the other side of sales. So as soon as we bring someone on, sales will hand that off to our onboarding team, and they spend some time onboarding that customer onto our new platform. So you have to be very people oriented. You have to be able to solve problems. I mean, some people, I mean, when you're onboarding them on, like you need to know the product in and out, and anticipate kind of what kind of difficulties they may have or things that you can help them with. So yeah, you have to be very people oriented, very customer oriented, as well as very detail oriented and being able to anticipate a lot. It's a great role. And we are hiring a fair amount of onboarders starting in January, because we're ramping up our sales team. As we ramp up our sales team, we need to ramp up our onboarding team, because the more sales come in, the more people we have to have onboarding. So we definitely have those onboarding positions available.
Wow, that's cool.
Yep.
Awesome. And then Cynthia also asked, where's the new building? Did you mention it? She didn't catch that.
Yeah, so it's not too far from our old building. Our old building is right over by Thanksgiving Point. So it's about 2 minutes away from our old building. Really, it's right across the freeway. You won't miss it if you're driving through that area of Lehigh, because it's literally like 20 feet from the freeway, from an on-ramp right there, and it just sticks out. So we will have that'll be great marketing, just placement of the building. So
by the movie theaters over there, like Thanksgiving Point, the museum, and that.
Yeah, so it's right across the freeway, just on the other side.
On the
So,
other side of the freeway.
yeah,
Okay.
so we were on the side that Thanksgiving Point, like our current office is on the side of Thanksgiving Point. Then we're on the other side of the
Like
freeway. Just right
Traverse
across.
Mountain side.
Yeah,
Okay.
Traverse Mountain side. Yep.
Okay. Nice,
Yeah.
man. That's awesome. Some great companies there as well.
Yep.
Cool. So we got Yusuf came in. He says, "I know this is a sales and support hiring event. It sounds like he just was really interested in Weave.
Yeah.
But can you talk a little bit about software engineering positions? Are they open right now? Will they be open? He's an engineer and is really
Yeah. So right now, I mean, currently we don't have any open, but we will again starting in January. And I mean, especially like again, I don't know as much. I'm not on the tech side, but I do know. I mean, there are a few languages that they specifically look for in our software engineers. That's Golang and Kubernetes. If I'm saying those correctly, I do my best. I've done a little bit of tech recruiting. I'm very much like on the people side, but I know they look for those. Also, VoIP, if you have VoIP engineering experience, is great. I mean, and those, I mean, tech roles, especially some of those niche tech roles, are going to be roles that we'd be open to potential remote employees as well. We'd love to have you in Utah, but if you can't be in Utah, that's fine. Those are the roles that we would definitely be open to those remote positions.
fantastic. That's
Yeah.
great.
Mhm.
And so Corey asked a really good question. Do you have anything for transitioning military, like a cohort program or paid internships or something like that? Is that something that you've thought about?
Yeah, that's a really great question. That is actually something we've been working on this year. We've just started to get more into that. We don't have anything yet that we've built like a specific program for it yet. However, we do have that in the works. So stay tuned. I can't give a lot more than that, but we are working on a program. Yes.
Awesome. So if so Yusuf is interested in a software developing engineering position. It's going to be opening in January, and Corey's interested in Weave, but the military program isn't ready yet. How should they reach out to you? I know you got a Mentorly profile. Can they reach out to you on Mentorly and request mentorship?
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So then let's see. Luca might appreciate this so much. I'm so excited. Whitney says, how could I prepare for a customer support role at Weave?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great question. I think especially like support, I mean, again, that's also going to be a very customer facing, people oriented type of position. So definitely want to build those skills there, but also just getting to know Weave, really doing your research on the Weave products and the company, making sure, because that's one thing. I mean, people who are coming in, especially for those roles where you're going to be talking a lot about the product, people that come in with that niche knowledge and understanding of what the product is, what it does, how it helps our customers, and how you could potentially like be troubleshooting or different things, anticipating those issues, for sure. Like those people are impress us quite a bit that already know everything about Weave. So yeah, do your research on Weave and we'll be happy.
That's the one. This is great. We got some more questions coming in here. Yusuf says, awesome. Thank you so much for the info. Ruchi it says, what does Weave look for in a candidate other than technical skill set or the skill set for the actual role?
Yeah. I mean, so our core values at Weave are hungry, creative, and caring. And those, if you've seen any of the logos, they're different animals that represent those, which we love. There's a gorilla, a sloth, and a bear. It's really fun. But
wait, which one is the sloth for?
The sloth is caring. Yeah. Just a big,
like
slow hug, hold on to you for a while. Yeah. So we have a lot of fun with that. But I mean, those are the core values, and for sure, those are what we look for in people. We know that some are going to have different types of attributes. I mean, like if you're looking for a sales position, I mean, I bring that up, obviously, like I'm over sales, so that's easy for me to answer. We really look for the people that are hungry. But we do want to bring in people that also have those other attributes along with that. So maybe a salesperson is very hungry, but if they bring in like also these very creative and caring skills, like, because you don't just want a straight up like heartless salesperson. You want someone who's going to care about our customers, who's going to care about the product, make sure that we are, and come up with creative solutions as well to, I mean, increase our sales or find different creative ways to sell. Like this year, we needed those. We lost about 30% of our revenue came from things like trade shows. We couldn't go to those anymore. So we needed a lot of creative solutions. And even at the time where we lost that like 30% revenue stream, we found other creative solutions to sell and ended up having a couple of record months at the same time. So it was pretty incredible. But yeah, I mean, definitely, I mean, stick to those kind of core values, highlight what obviously is your strength there, but then how you can also bring some of those other values to the table.
Love it.
Yeah.
This is great, and just love that slot. That's the first slot mascot I've seen for a company before, so I'm loving that.
Oh, and the sloth is everywhere. It's the best.
So we got a couple more minutes here left for questions. Only 2 more minutes. So if you do have any burning questions, feel free to ask them. We do have one that just came in from Chance. I would love to get at least the first interview with you guys and have applied multiple times, but I feel like I've been lost in the paperwork of applicants. I'm hungry, eager, and have a big desire to work for Weave. How can I get an interview going? Yeah, like, so what like, he's tried a couple different routes. Is it, referral time for Chance? Like how, what are some of the insider tips that you can give?
Yeah, and I apologize, Chance, that we haven't been able to get back to you. We do have a fair amount of applicants, but please, like, feel free to reach out to me, Chance. We'll see what we can get set up. That would be the best bet, because we do, depending on the position, we do get a fair amount of applicants. We try our best to work through those applicants. But yeah, if you want to send me a message directly, I'll look up your profile. That sounds great.
Awesome. Well, great. Well, we've come to the end of our time here, but we just wanted to thank you so much, Mike, for taking the time to talk to the community. Everyone was fired up and super engaged here, and everyone who came, thank you so much for coming. We hope that you'll go ahead and connect with Mike if the position that you want isn't available right now, and you can do that below. If you go mentors, it'll show Mike's profile for you. And then if you liked what you saw today, go and hit the button below that says jobs, and go and apply to a job at Weave. To give you an idea of next steps, Mike has a list of everyone that's come to the event, and so he can reach out to you there. And then he's going to see everyone that's viewed this, and also see the applicants that came through from this. So go ahead and do it. It's an opportunity worth taking. Vanya, Ruchi, I see some questions coming through. We aren't able to get to those right now, but we hope that you guys will join us in the next session. Thank you so much, Mike. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
See ya.